We are here at the Bellevue Coal Mine in the Crowsnest Pass of Alberta, Canada. This tour will be teaching us some of the history of coal mining in the Bellevue and Crowsnest Pass area. Come tag along with us. Just behind me is the famous Turtle Mountain and Frank Slide, which I have covered in a previous video. But today we're just a little off of the mountain and heading into the Bellevue Underground Coal Mine Tour. Our tour starts in about half an hour, so we've got a little time to explore the surrounding area before we actually head underground into one of the old coal mines.
The Bellevue Coal Mine opened in 1903 with its first filled coal cart returning to the surface in December. The mine ran for 58 years with much success and mined 13.5 million tons of coal. However, there is still approximately 70 million tons of coal left to mine in the mountain that has never been retrieved. This is about the size of all of the rocks in Frank Slide. The mine did all of this work by hand, with pickaxes and later air picks. They never had modern equipment, just horses, carts, and rail tracks. All tours into the mine must be pre-booked, so you have a specific time slot. But do come a little early and check out the free outdoor displays.
Inside there is a small artifact and museum space that we're allowed to check out before our tour begins.
In the museum, we found many types of masks and breathing apparatus, mainly because mines have poor air quality and produce something called afterdamp, which is a collection of poisonous gases such as carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, which could cause miners to asphyxiate. Another method used to check air quality was bringing in caged canaries. Canaries, having smaller lungs, would be affected by poor air long before the miners, and so advance warning could be given. They even designed special oxygen tank cages that helped revive the unconscious birds and keep them alive. Then it was our turn to enter the mine.
We're all hard-hatted up with the lights on our helmets, and around our waists we have our battery packs. The only one is Parker, whose helmet is way too big for him. And here we go, underground.
Originally, there were 9 levels to the mine, but today, levels 7, 8, and 9 are completely submerged by water. We explored 1,000 feet into level 6, as currently all other levels are blocked off. Our first lesson was in roof safety. We saw a timber set support structure, complete with a Welshman's notch. If you can slide the small stick, or in this case pencil, from the notch hole, then the rock walls have not shifted and your timber set is safe. We also learned about telltales.
Telltales. Now they kind of look like stoplights and they work almost the same. So these have a cord that runs straight through the rock to the top of the hill. So if the rock moves, it pinches the cord, and those get pulled up.
After testing out our pencil and ensuring that our telltales were green, we headed on into the mine. I am very glad we all bundled up in sweaters first. The first coal seam we encountered was dark, but you could definitely see where there had been coal. The second coal scene was much better presented.
You guys have officially entered the second coal scene. Now this is called cribbing or cogging. It's a very strong wooden structure.
Coal seams in Bellevue run diagonal to the mountain, around 30 to 50 degrees. All tunnels were therefore built on an angle.
So down here, you have to mine upwards on the same angle as your coal seam. That way, you will always be mining coal and not rock.
And while the floors of the mine are level, the roof and the walls are all on an angle.
It looks like it's hanging crooked. It's actually the walls that are crooked. Isn't that cool? The chain looks crooked, but it's the walls that are crooked.
Naturally, safety is always an issue, especially when mining is such a dangerous job. Technology did try to help.
We installed safety phones in the mine in 1910, and we had one of these phones every 50 feet on every level. We had multiple inside of the office as well as visible.
However, she did admit they worked little better than a cup on a string. We spent a little time checking out the steep and creepy looking entrance shaft to the mine used by all the workers.
Into the mine for anybody who worked underground. So if you're a miner, a timber packer, a train driver, it doesn't matter what your job was, but you worked under here, you had to use this entrance. You were not allowed to come through the portal like we did, because that's your entrance into your temple. So that big open area where we started the tour, okay, you would have had all of your full coal cars, your empty coal cars, you had horses pulling them, and you also had trains pulling them. So if you were part of the day shift and you tried to get 300 men through all of that to get to work down here, it's not going to happen. Okay?
So this is how the miners got to work. We are 100 feet underground right now. Since the mine closed though, they shoved vehicles and cement into the openings so that you can't get through from the surface anymore. So somewhere up there are a bunch of crushed up cars.
We also learned some mind-blowing facts about those massively heavy coal carts.
Now before 1907, when we brought little dinky trains that ran on air to take these out of the mine, okay, we used horses. And we did continue to use horses after we brought trains because we were very lucky. And we were able to use Clydesdale horses.
So how many carts could these Clydesdale horses handle? Keep in mind, one cart would be between 3.5 to 4 tons each.
What about you, bud? Do you have a number? Favorite number? 93, all right, I like it.
Not quite, but the number is still impressive. One Clydesdale could pull 9 full coal carts. Some could even handle up to 12. That's nearly 4 tons per coal cart. Miners purposely worked with low light because their kerosene lamps had to last an 8-hour shift. There was no such thing as a refilling station. Also, bright lights could burn a hole in the protective netting around the lamp, and the exposed flame could cause an explosion. Lamps were delicate, and if dropped, could be extinguished easily. The only one allowed to carry the means to relight the flame was the lamp master back up on the surface. To prevent losing time spent mining and therefore money, miners often opted to just mine in the pitch black. They mined by sound. A clink meant they'd hit rock, a crumble meant coal, and a swear or a cry of pain meant they'd hit their mining partner. As well, due to the hard work, heat of many bodies, and stagnant air, miners were known to work with nothing on but their boots, underwear, and of course, a leather safety cap. The only real safety equipment anyone wore in the mines were hard hats for the precious Clydesdale horses. We reached the end of our tunnel, 1,000 feet in and 150 feet below. Our guide made us all turn off our lights, and we stood there in absolute darkness. I could not see my hand when I touched my face. Now that's darkness.
So dark down here.
Can you turn your flashlight on?
No, we'll just use our headlamps. Got your headlamp off? I can't see you. There's Parker in the coal mine. After being 1 kilometer into the tunnels and 150 feet underground, we're now finally emerging from the coal mine. At the end of the tour, they let everybody take home their own chunk of coal to keep. What do you think, babe?
Great.
That was a great tour. I definitely recommend everybody bring sweaters or jackets because it was quite chilly down there. I had to cuddle the kids almost the whole way through.
Would you go 1,000 feet into a coal mine, or is this too claustrophobic for you? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to hit the thumbs up button, share it out on your socials, and ensure you are subscribed to my channel. Happy travels, everyone!